Alrighty, so I was asked by a good friend of mine to talk about Romeo and Juliet. Now, I know a lot of you people who read Romeo and Juliet have no idea what the hell's going on. It's basically about two star-crossed lovers who meet each other, want to have sex, and be in love forever and ever. But what can you do? There's nothing really you can do, really, because of the family. Romeo and Juliet is a tragedy written early in the career playwright of William Shakespeare about two star-crossed lovers whose untimely death ultimately unite their feuding families. It was probably one of the most famous ones next to Hamlet, and is most frequently played. You see, Romeo and Juliet has been adapted into numerous stage, film, musical, and opera. Yes, Romeo and Juliet has been made into a musical and an opera, not just a film. And by the way, the modern version made me giggle so bad. Mercutio was in drag, people! But enough about that. Now then. What most people get confused of is why the two families were feuding. Well, it doesn't really go into that, but we can assume that they pissed off one another one day, and therefore it's just like, I hate you, well, I hate you. Now, it is rather odd that Romeo and Juliet would fall in love with each other very, very fast, without any kind of tension, character building. No! You don't have that in Shakespeare! At all. But there is nothing more we can do but accept it. Now, I personally have found it to be an example of true love. You know, that you see that one person, you talk to them, and you instantly know that they're the one. You feel connected to them by the heart. The heart line connects you. You feel that. It is about the love and the romance that two people feel so strongly for each other that in an effort to be together, they plotted deaths. Of course, Romeo honestly did think Juliet was dead, and so he killed himself. So when Juliet woke up from her 3-day death sleep, she saw a dead Romeo, and then took her own life. Thus the whole star-crossed lovers together in death theme. Which I might add is actually very, very sad when you see it done live. Now, most people, again, the reason why most people have a problem with this is because of Old English. Now, Old English is very hard to understand. You must remember this. Okay? So, when you have people going to read it, they have no idea what's going on. Put down your swords, I say. Do you bite your thumb at me? Biting your thumb at someone is just basically like taking your middle finger, going up to someone and saying, "Fuck you, you're an idiot." That's basically what that meant. And that is exactly what happens. Now, I will admit it is very cheesy in some aspects, but the overall theme that Romeo and Juliet is trying to get across is that true love can be found anywhere at any time, and that true love can never be separated even in death. And this is what Shakespeare wanted to get people to understand, that feuding over trivial matters will lead to death and unnecessary violence and hatred. It is also a very good love story. If you can get past oh my god, I'm Romeo, oh my god, I'm Juliet, let's fall in love! Psh! Now, I have heard some people remark Romeo and Juliet as Edward and Bella. No. Just no. But, really, Romeo and Juliet is probably the best love story that you can find. I mean, if I went on to Wikipedia, which I'm going to do probably right now, actually I am doing right now, okay, here we go. Romeo and Juliet belongs to a tradition of tragic romances stretching back to antiquity. Its plot is based on an Italian tale, translated into verse as The Tragical History of Romeo and Juliet by Arthur Brooke. in 1562, and retold in prose in Palace of Pleasure by William Painter in 1582. Shakespeare borrowed heavily from both, but developed supporting characters, particularly Mercutio and Paris, in order to expand the plot. The whole thing is that basically two people had fallen in love. They were not allowed to be with each other, so they basically wanted to be with each other, and so they plotted their own deaths, and ultimately ended up dead together. And that's about it. It's about love and how deeply love can go, and that love cannot be separated by death or family. So, I will actually be doing a dumbed down version of Romeo and Juliet. I'm actually going to be typing up a small little story and I'm going to narrate it and post it so you people can actually understand it in a modern English tone. So look forward to that in a bit, like in the coming weeks or days. Alright? I'll be seeing you.